scripts.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, in that first lesson I had you sign up for Scratch. Now let's actually do something in Scratch. I would like you to click on the tutorial, animate your name, and when your screen pops up you'll notice you'll have a tip over here on the right and it says make your name come to life, animate the letters by coding in Scratch, add sound and music too. So we click here to start. We're going to start by choosing the first letter of our username, initials, or favorite word, and we can do that by clicking this icon to get a new sprite. And if you look over here in our tools area, there's the new sprite icon. Under categories, we want to add a letter. My name is, of course, Mike or Mr. Harmon, so I'm going to grab the M and bring it in. If we go back over to the lesson, they mentioned why are the characters called sprites, and it's because they borrowed the words from video games. If you don't want the cat on the project, you can delete it by clicking on it down in the sprites box and then using the scissors tool. You notice up here, that's where the scissors tool is. So then it cuts it out. So I click the scissors tool and then I got rid of it. When you've got your screen like that, please go to the next training movie and the next effect, but I will explain that in the next movie. So on the animate your name page, notice there's an animated GIF that shows you how to build the script. They go to the looks, they go to the color, they go to the events. And when they click them, they can make things change. So watch us do that. I'm going to the looks, I'm going to a color, there's my change color, and then I'm going to the events, and then I'm going when clicked. When I click it, look at that M, it changes. Just for giggles, I want you to change the color instead by 50, and now when you click it, notice it becomes a different color. So now you can see how that works. We could change other things, but we're sticking with just color. They'll teach you these little baby steps. You can move on to the next movie, and I will teach you how to add a sound. Sounds are a lot of fun, but I do ask that you turn down the volume so that you do not make the sounds annoying. If you see up here, there's scripts and then sounds. I want you to go to sounds, and I want you to delete the old meow from the cat, and instead, I want you to choose a sound from the library of anything that you think seems cool. One that I like is switching to electronic and trying out Zoop. When you've got your sound in place, go back to your scripts tab and add a sound. And look at that, you can play the sound Zoop. If we had other sounds, you could load them, but now you can check that out. Just make sure once again that your volume is not too loud as you work through this. And if you click on this, it'll play the entire loop. Notice it's changing by 50, so every time it's a different color. Just make sure that your noises are not too loud, and then when you're done, go to the next training movie. So the add a backdrop is done by adding a stage. I'm going to go down here to the add a stage button, and you've got the whole backdrop library. And you can pick by theme or indoors or outdoors, but just find one that you think is kind of nifty and add that stage to your backdrop. When you're done with that and happy, go to the next training movie to see how to animate your name. Alright, let's use this bit of training to draw our next letter. So we want to find the draw new sprite icon or paint new sprite. You can draw with the paint tools like I'm gonna, so I'm gonna do my letter I. With the paintbrush selected, you just pick your color and you draw. You can fill them in thicker or smaller, it's up to you. That's the line width. So there's my goofy looking little eye. So I'm not being professional, you can be much more professional. professional. And then you can do the top of it, whatever you want. Mine is obviously not the best artwork, but it's still kind of fun. What's really crazy is the sprite shows up over on the screen almost immediately. When you're done with that, go to the next movie to learn how to make it spin. Alright, to make it spin, training is right here. Notice once again they got a little picture that shows you adding a blue turn with a yellow control and a brown event. Notice they've got a repeat, a wait, and a when clicked. So let's make that happen. Making sure we're clicked on our sprite that we want to play with. We're going to bring in a turn. We're going to go to control and find a wait. And we're going to find a repeat and put it inside. And then we need to go to events and we need to find the when this sprite is clicked. Now when you double click that sprite, it'll turn each time you click it, which is pretty darn nifty. If you wanted to add a sound, you can go to the sounds and they show you down here, putting the hip hop sound in front of it. You can find that. I'm going to leave it on all and I'm going to just go down to the H's, which I went past twice, but there is the hip hop sound, and I'm going to tell it OK. And now I've got a pop and a hip hop sound that when I go back to my scripts, I can go to sound and I can drop it in. If I wanted to change to pop, they're both available, but that's how you can add sounds and cool pictures to your script. If you get so you can't see, remember you can most likely maximize your screen because I'm doing mine in a smaller window. You can try different numbers to adjust the spin, and you can reset the sprite's angle in the motion category with a motion button. When you're done with that, go to the next training movie. Alright, let's finish our name. I'm going to tell you that I want you to have at least 4 letters. If you do your whole name, that is awesome. Use all of the strategies that I've shown you. Also add strategies where you change size. You can see they teach you the technique. I'm going to trust you to do that. They've got a glide technique that I'd like you to try as well. Notice this cool tip about how the glide updates when you physically drag your sprite while the glide block is in place. It updates with the numbers automatically. You can also try adding other blocks to see what they can do. But when you're done, you should have an awesome, cool, animated version of your name. And then go on to the next training movie to learn about sharing. Alright, so when you're finished, you will have at least 4 letters. When you click on each block, you'll have different code for each block. You can see here I did the when sprite clicked like they taught me. And then you can see that for my E, I did my when sprite clicked and I put those in. The one thing they showed you with the E that was kind of cool, if you drag and move it, these numbers change, and when you add another one, that's how you get different ones for each move. So now when I hit play, I change colors when I click the M. I move like crazy when I click the I. My K does a shrink and grow dance, and my E moves left and right. Feel free to explore other cool changes. Note how cool the music is and all that fun stuff, and make sure that yours turns out really, really awesome before you quit it. When you're done, make sure that you are signed in. So you can see here I did my Kid Harmon where I signed in, and then I want to save it so I don't lose my work. So, oops, that wasn't on the screen. I'm sorry. Let me show you that again. I can see that I'm signed in, which is good because it says Kid Harmon, and then this was where I clicked save because I don't want to lose my work. If you want to share, that would be on the share page, and you can give it a name. And you can give instructions for how it works, and you can fill in instructions So I just told them to click the letters to have some fun, and boom, you can share your project just like that. It's already out there. And when they come, they'll see that. People can leave you comments. I hope you have fun, and I'm hoping to see your cool things shared in the next few minutes. If you don't want to share it, that is fine as well.